Hey there, it's Lee from TemplateLauncher.com, and I am super excited about our newest template. It's the Expiring Offer Upsell slash Thank You page. And this page is perfect if you're selling a product to a customer and you want to upsell them another product or several products after they make a purchase. With this template, you'll be able to set a timer, either an evergreen timer. For example, say whenever a customer makes a purchase, you give them a 15-minute clock to purchase like amazing deals from you. Or we also have a expiring time clock, which I am super excited about, because what we do is we track when the customer visits your page, and the clock will expire, and once it expires, the offer is gone for good. So we think this template can really be a game changer for your business, because you can use it for so many different. You can use it for tangible tangible products, digital products. You can use it for events. You could use it for all kinds of different upsell and thank you opportunities. And we really think that the urgency this is going to create and the flexibility is going to really drive conversions. So we've also added a bunch of new features to our control panel, and the one I'm really excited about is this animations library. We've already got the background library where we've got over 200 different images, videos, textures, and colors that you can use for the backgrounds for each section of the template. But we decided to up the game a little bit, and we added this animations library where you can go through each section and animate different elements in that section. So you can animate the way this clock appears on the page. You can animate the way this title appears. I'll scroll down really quick so you can see what it looks, or here we'll refresh the page. You'll see how the clock swung in there. When I scroll down, you can see how things flip in. Really grabs your customer's attention, and you have complete control over the animations. If you don't want animations, you can turn them off. If you do want animations, I don't even know how many we've got in there. I think we've got like 50 or so different types of animations. Oh, time's up. The clock actually ran out on us. And the other cool thing is when the clock runs out, we offer your customer another opportunity to opt into either a lead magnet or email opt-in. And so you'll be able to edit this content of this box, then you'll be able to use this as either a link out to another page, or you can use it for a lead box pop-up. We're really pumped about this. So you could even, with this template, you could even set the timer to 0, and when somebody lands on the page, they see time's up, they've already missed out, but I think it could really drive some conversions for you. So what I'm going to do is go through section by section each one of our control panel sections, and show you how to use each one so you can get the most out of this template. And right now this video is located here in this template how-to. You'll have access to it not only here in the preview, but when you start using the template in the builder, you'll be able to pop up the video if you have any questions, and we should be able to address pretty much all the different nuances you'll run into. And then of course we're always available for you to reach out to directly, and we're very responsive, and we'd love to help you out in any way we can. So why don't we jump into the builder, and I'll show you how to start using all of these different pieces of functionality. Okay, so here we are, we're in the builder, and as you can see, there's a little yellow tab here, and this is where the control panel lives. Over here we've got the LeadPages control panel, which you can hide and show, and here we have the template launcher control panel. So just to get started, let's go to the drag and drop section. So each section of the page is represented here in the drag and drop, and it's super easy to use. For example, if you want to move the menu bar down, you just drag it down. There it is. It's down below there. If you want to move this pricing to be first, there it is. It's as simple as that. And we try to give you some feedback as far as highlighting the section so you know what section is which. And then if you notice this click to reorder here, you can actually, on some of these sections, some but not all, for example, a menu bar, there's nothing to reorder. This pricing section, you can reorder stuff within there. So if you want to put the most popular first, or if you want to put the most popular pricing tier last, you can absolutely do that. This is really simple, so here I'll just move another one up. This section, for example, offers 1. It's got 4 different offers in it, and you can rearrange the rows, the title. I wouldn't mess with the title, but you can if you want. That's it. Super simple. So just drag and drop it as you want it, and it'll, when you hit save, make sure you hit save because it won't save it if you don't. When you hit save, we'll save that order, and when you go check out your published page, it'll be in the exact same order you see here. So I'm going to put these back into the original order here. Okay, so the next, now this is probably the biggest piece of functionality we worked on building this template. We really spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to make this work, and we finally figured it out, and I'm really stoked about it. So the clock offers days, hours, minutes, and seconds. And here I'm going to minimize this so you can see a little more. Okay, so and all the clock type, all this does is it hides the different sections. So if you want to have your, let's say for example, you want to set your clock to 15 seconds when a customer lands on the page. You just change it to 15, and you can change the clock type just like that. Super simple. And notice that we enter the time in seconds. So for example, if you wanted to do 15 minutes, you just type 900 seconds. And 900, it automatically converts it for you into days, hours, minutes, and seconds. So if we expand that to minutes, you can see the minutes and seconds. And let's add another 0 on there. 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And if we add another 0, expands it out to 1 day, 59 minutes, 58 seconds, and counting. Okay, so really cool. Make sure to keep in mind if your time, for example, if you set your time for 90,000 seconds, which is, you know, a day and an hour, make sure that you pick the right clock type, because all you'll see is it keeps counting down over and over, and you'll be like, why is this never expiring? Well, it's because it's actually a day. It's not actually seconds. So it's great, you know, this is great for when you have 15 seconds. It's perfect. But beyond that, you'll want to make sure to adjust that. You'll also see here we have labels, so you can change these labels if you'd like. I know in different countries they like to use different labels, so just type in a different name. If you want to do hours here, I guess that wouldn't really work, but you can type in whatever you want. So there we go. Now this is where it gets a little bit intense. Okay, so this is our limited time offer countdown. Our limited time offer countdown section, and we have two, like I said, to set a limited time offer. Why don't I back up a second? We have a limited time offer countdown section, and we also have an expiration date countdown. So you can either count down to a specific date up to 99 days in the future, so December 3rd, or you can count down a specific period of time. So, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes. Personally, I like I favor more the shorter time, huge urgency, get people to act now. So we have, under this limited time offer, then you put the seconds, and then we have both an evergreen offer type and an expiring offer type. So we have some notes here just in case you have any questions. But the evergreen, you want the clock to always start the countdown from the time you specified above. So basically what the saying is, whenever a customer comes to your page, the clock's always going to start, in this example, it's always going to start at 15 seconds. And if they refresh the page, it's going to start at 15 seconds again. And with every customer, it's going to do the same thing. So no matter what you set that time clock at, it's always going to start at the same time. It'll expire, but then the customer can refresh it. I know a lot of people love to use Evergreen, and they've been proven to help conversions. So we thought we'd bake that in. The other really cool thing that I'm really excited about is the expiring offer. Now what this does, here we have the note, you want the offer to expire after the clock counts down to the time you specified above. So you want the clock, you want to give a customer 15 seconds to make a purchase. They'll have 15 seconds, and after that, everything gets disabled. The buttons get disabled. They're not able to go on to the next step, other than the pop-up will open, which here I'll show you real quick. This pop-up will open, and you'll be able to link to a lead box, a separate page, whatever you'd like. Do a lead magnet delivery there, whatever you'd like to do. So it's really important. These two are significantly different, and it's really important to understand the difference. Personally, I love this expiring offer. Act now or the offer's gone. And when it's gone, you want us to tell you about it. Sign up, give us your email, sign up for our lead magnet, and we'll let you know. Another really important thing to note here is that when you're testing this, once an expiring offer expires, it's expired, because we're storing the amount of time, we're storing the date that somebody visits the site and the amount of time. So once they visit the site, that date is stored and that offer is going to expire. So when you're testing this, it can get a little frustrating. So all you need to do is just switch back to Evergreen. It'll reset it. It'll reset the time clock so it's not expired anymore. So I have here a little note as well. You can also use the offer type switch for testing your lead page. If you set the countdown to offer expires, it will expire during testing. If it is like 15, 30, 20, 30 seconds, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. If it's like days, then you may never run into this issue. But to reset the expiring offer, just flip the switch to Evergreen and save the page. Then when you're ready to go live with your expiring offer, flip the switch back to offer expires. So maybe just test it on Evergreen, and so you'll be able to keep refreshing the page and not having it expire. And then when you're ready to go live, switch it over to offer expires and make sure to click save. And that's the most important piece. Whichever setting you set, you need to make sure to hit save, otherwise it won't save. And then again, the expiration date countdown to a specific date in the future. This also, once that date comes, the offer is expired. So the date's come and gone. It's not going to come up again. So this is some major functionality here that we're super excited about. Next, I'm going to go through the backgrounds. And if you come across any of our other templates, we have this on pretty much all of our templates. We have this background library. And all it is, it's just an awesome library full of over 200 images, textures, videos, and colors for backgrounds. and you can turn on and off parallax scrolling. We have an overlay, so you can make it really easy to read the text sitting on top of the background image. Keep in mind that these are background images, so they're meant to add some interest, but they're not really meant for communicating a lot of information. It can help communicate the context of what your page is about, but they're not great for communicating information. So let's just change this real quick. So first thing you'll want to do is select the section. So it's set on header, which is this section. We have parallax scrolling on, and parallax, all that is, notice how the image stays still while I scroll. It stays fixed in the background. If I turn it off, you'll see it scrolls with the page. And it's as easy as just picking an image and swapping it out. It's so cool. And the other thing you can do is this, see how this gets lighter as I go to the left, darker. Gives you the opportunity to use different font colors without losing what the font is saying. And if we go check out the textures, notice how dark it is, and that's because the opacity. Sometimes you might change it, forget the opacity. We've got a whole bunch of really cool textures in here. Let me go back to these images. There's a really cool section that I want to show you. Down here at the bottom, we've got a bunch of really cool, these are called low poly. They're a bunch of triangles and different shapes with a lot of different colors. And I just think they're the coolest. You can do some crazy designs with these. Okay, so we saw images, we saw textures. Let's check out the videos. The videos are awesome. We've got 40 videos in here. Really cool. And again, you have the overlay you can adjust the color on. And finally, we have a handful of colors that you can set as well. But you can also do more with this. So let me show you really quick. I'm going to close this for just a second. I'm going to open the LeadPages editor. So let's go to this header section just so I can show you how this works. So the way the backgrounds are set up is the image you see on top. I better turn this back on so you can see this. Put this there. The opacity, okay. So the way this works is there are layers. This top layer is the background image from the template launcher control panel. You can hide this layer, and then you can add a custom background image. So just turn that off, go over to image, and I like this image. I'm going to pick that, put that in place. Voila. You can upload any image. That image is a little tall. We'd be better off with a wider image. Here we go. Really cool. The other really cool thing about this is you can turn on and off parallax scrolling with a custom image as well. And finally, this custom background layer sits on top of this section. You can actually change the color of this background layer. So all you need to do is come over here, look at the header background. Here you have access to any color in this color palette, any hexadecimal color where you can pop it in there. So you have tons of flexibility, and you can do this with every single section on this page. I'm going to turn the image back on, but just to show you really quick, I'm going to change it. I want to put, there we go. It's that easy. And you can turn on parallax scrolling on every single one if you want. I would not recommend doing that because it is process intensive. Like, it'll eat up some bandwidth. So I would be very picky, maybe 1 or 2 sections per page. But play with it, have fun. See what you like. So I'm gonna put this back to a color. Turn this opacity off. And that is how you add the use the backgrounds. Next on our list here, we have the animations. And this is another really cool piece of functionality we just added. So it works just like the other background section. You just choose which section you want to mess with the animations, and then it'll populate everything for you. So we're in the header section here, and then you select the element you want to animate. In the header, you notice we'll have the title, the clock, text, and the down arrow. You can add an animation to each one of these items, and here is where the magic happens. We have a ton of animations, and you can only see to this fade in up, but below that there's another 20 animations there. So the way this works, you just pick one of these and you can actually preview it. See that flash? I love this rubber band. And you can change it to the clock. Watch this. Really cool. I like using this swing one for the clock. Makes me think of a clock hanging on a wall. Ta-da, this one's kind of like, that ta-da one's like in your face. Check that out. It's so cool. Wobble, Jello. Some of the ones that are hidden, this one is really cool. You can't see it. It's called flip in X. And then you can do a flip in Y. You can do a rotate in. You can do all kinds of cool stuff. Rotate in upright. It goes on and on. But you can go through each section of the page and do this pricing section. Let's do pricing 1. Pricing. So you can go through each one of these sections and add, custom animations. And again, all you have to do, you just add it here. We auto save it, like we record what you saved, and then when you hit save, we save that. So that's it. Super simple. Next up, I'm going to show you the pop-up. Now, I turned off the pop-up from popping up when the clock expires here in the builder, just because I think it would be annoying. So what I did instead is I added this button so you can call it up at any time. So you can actually just go right in and start editing, and you can actually change the background color of this as well. Let's see. Time's up background right here. Make it whatever color you want. You can actually change the color of the clock too, like clock background color. Let's make it white. Let's make the clock numbers nice red. Let's make the labels white. Pretty freaking cool. So again, you can just edit away at this stuff. And if you want to add a lead box, you'll just click that, and here you go. You can add a lead box. Super simple. And again, just click save, and it'll save it, so you can recall this at any time. And I'm going to run this clock just so we have it going in the background. It's kind of cool. So if I pop that open, there you go. And also, if I change this to minutes here, it'll change it in the pop-up as well. Boom. Super cool. And finally, this how-to, what you're watching right now. So if you ever have any questions, you can jump into this first, take a look, and if you can't find what you're looking for, reach out to us. There's a couple other minor things with this template specifically that I want to show you, just so you know how to do it. And it's these down here. If we go back to the preview, you'll see when I hover over these, you'll notice the price, the product title, the button. I have these always visible here, so you can just edit them right away. But you'll see behind it, there's an image. To change that image, you're going to have to come over here into this content section. And then you'll just go to the row, column, the card, click image, and you can change the image. That's simple. See how you can barely see it behind there. When you publish this into production, the overlay will disappear and it'll look exactly like this, but you'll see your new image there. And that's really about it. Super excited about this template, and I hope that you have tons of success with it. I'm going to go over here real quick just to give you, time's up. Just to give you a last look at a published page. And this is an evergreen timer with 15 minutes on the clock. And as we scroll down, you'll see the animations. Really cool. So lots of things you can do with this. Thank you so much for checking out our template. Have fun. Go out and make some money with this thing. And again, if you have any questions, reach out to us and make it a great day. Thanks again for your time, and we'll talk to you soon.